This is episode 7 of Building Your Redstone Ideas. This week's comment asked for a survival games arena that automatically restocked. I wanted to add some randomization, so I have 3 chests filled with varying swords, and on the other side armor, that filter into the same hopper, except that the hoppers are locked. They are locked by a red coder with torches placed slightly differently than traditional to align with their corresponding hoppers. This shulker box randomizer feeds into the red coder with 4 different shulker boxes for different swords and one with nothing. There was a problem with red coders though, most prominent in this build. Can you spot it? Right here you can see that they flicker on, and this would be a significant problem as they would let many items through. I added a locking mechanism to the red coder to force these torches to stay off and the hoppers locked until the red coder is settled. I must say that the geometry of this worked really well with the pistons facing inward to prevent them from being triggered by the central repeater. I then have a specific delay on these repeaters to wait for the red coder to finish and to only let one item through from the lock. When the system is activated, it triggers the shulker box randomizer that also unlocks the system. However, it leads down another path to trigger this observer clock to dispense all of the items into this barrel. You may be wondering how players will get food. There is a system over here that will dispense 2 food items whenever the signal is received from the locking mechanism. There is a 1 in 9 chance that there is a golden apple received. You could also put arrows in here if you wanted to include bows in your fight. These chests hold the golden apples and the steak. Then, my friend and I built this beautiful arena. We have a fountain serving as the cornucopia with barrels in the middle. On the outskirts, we have ruins with barrels and one with a button to restock the chests. Underneath, I've connected a bunch of these systems to the barrels and a button. You can see the external 4 barrels and the 4 in the center for the cornucopia. In the cornucopia, I replaced all iron loot with diamonds, and I replaced the wooden swords with bows. On the outskirts, the loot is the same, but instead of golden apples, there are arrows. So if you want to shoot your opponent, you have to loot for a little bit longer, slowing down the gameplay and making it more strategic and less aggressive. This was honestly a very fun build to design and play with friends. If this video gets 10 likes, I will release a tutorial for this build, as it is pretty small and wouldn't take very long to explain. You can customize it yourself and create your own loot pool and arena. Thank you so much for watching, and for the 1 person who subscribed to my last video, I added 1 block to this disco floor. Please subscribe as I am trying to apply for a new SMP, and it would really help my application. Be sure to comment any ideas or questions down below, as the next build could be yours.